Imagine being 19 years old, walking onto the same court as your idol, the world number 2 Iga Swiatek, a 5-time Grand Slam champion who has dominated women's tennis like few others. Now imagine not just competing with her, but dismantling her serve, breaking her 8 times in 10 service games, and walking off that court with one of the most stunning victories in recent tennis history. For Alex Eala, this wasn't a dream. This was Miami in March 2025. And it was just the beginning of a season that would rewrite Philippine tennis history forever. My dreams have truly come alive. Those were the words Alex Eala posted on social media as her remarkable 2025 season came to a close. And they captured everything about a year that saw a young Filipina rise from world number 147 at the start of January to breaking into the top 50 by November, becoming the first player from her country to ever reach such heights. This wasn't just about numbers climbing on a ranking chart. This was about a 20-year-old who trained at the Rafa Nadal Academy, transforming from a promising talent into one of the most exciting young stars on the WTA Tour, proving that Filipino tennis players belong on the biggest stages in the world. The season began quietly enough, with WTA 125 events in Canberra and Mumbai, where Eala reached a semifinal and second round respectively. But it was Miami that changed everything. Given a wildcard entry into the prestigious WTA 1000 tournament, Eala arrived as an unknown quantity to most tennis fans. What followed was the stuff of legend. She didn't just win a match or two. She went on an absolute tear through the draw, defeating not 1, not 2, but 3 Grand Slam champions in consecutive matches, all in straight sets. First came Jelena Ostapenko, the 2017 French Open champion, then Madison Keys, who had just won the 2025 Australian Open. And then, in a quarterfinal match that will be replayed for years to come, she faced Iga Swiatek. The Swiatek match was something special. Eala came out swinging freely, showing no fear, no intimidation, just pure aggressive tennis that left the Polish superstar struggling to find any rhythm. The scoreline read 6-2, 7-5 after an hour and 39 minutes, and Eala had broken Swiatek's serve 8 times out of 10 service games. When asked about it afterward, Eala could barely find words, saying she was in complete disbelief and on cloud 9. Swiatek herself praised Eala's performance, noting how the young Filipina went all out, stayed aggressive, and kept hitting shots that seemed to come out of nowhere. For context, this was the same Iga Swiatek who has won 5 major titles and spent extended periods as world number 1. And here was Alex Eala, ranked 140th in the world, taking her apart. Though Eala's magical run ended in the semifinals against Jessica Pegula, the damage was done in the best possible way. She had announced herself to the tennis world. On March 31, 2025, just days after her Miami heroics, Eala entered the WTA Top 100 for the first time, landing at number 75 and becoming the first Filipino player, man or woman, to achieve this milestone. It was a barrier that had stood for generations, and Alex Eala had smashed through it with style, becoming the first Filipina to beat a top 30 player and doing it 3 times in 1 week. The first to reach a WTA Tour-level semifinal, and the first wildcard in history to defeat 3 major champions in straight sets at a single event. The momentum from Miami carried Eala through the European clay court season and into the grass court swing. She made her Grand Slam debut at the French Open, though it ended in a first-round loss to Emiliana Arango. But there were bright spots throughout. At the Italian Open, she reached the doubles quarterfinals, partnering with Coco Gauff, facing off against Jasmine Paolini and Sara Errani. At the Madrid Open, she had another shot at Swiatek, this time losing in round 2, but she had already proven what she could do against the best. The grass season brought a run to the quarterfinals at the Ilkley Open, and most significantly, a run to her first WTA Tour final at the Eastbourne Open, where she fell to Maya Joint, but showed she could compete consistently at the highest level. Then came September and Guadalajara, Mexico, where Alex Eala would write another historic chapter. Taking a last-minute wildcard for the WTA 125 Guadalajara Open, Eala battled through a tough draw that tested every ounce of her fighting spirit. In the second round, she survived a 3-hour and 10-minute marathon against Varvara Lepchenko that was split over 2 days, eventually winning 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. In the quarterfinals, she found herself down 5-3 in the first set, facing 2 set points against Nicole Fosawergo, but clawed her way back to win 7-6, 6-2. The final against Hungary's Panna Udvardy was Eala's masterpiece in resilience. Udvardy dominated the opening set, taking advantage of Eala's unforced errors and a powerful serve to win it 6-1. Many players would have folded. Eala did the opposite. She flipped a switch in the second set, racing to a 4-1 lead after breaking Udvardy twice. Though there were nervous moments when she was broken, while serving for the set at 5-1, and again later, Eala steadied herself and took the second set 7-5. The third set was all Eala, as she raised her level and captured it 6-3. When the final point was won, Alex Eala had become the first Filipina to ever win a WTA title, lifting the trophy in front of a roaring crowd in Zapopan. The victory moved her up to number 61 in the live rankings. Another 14 places gained, another barrier broken. By the time October rolled around and Eala headed to Hong Kong for what would be her final tournament of the year, she had already exceeded every expectation imaginable. Ranked 51 in the world, she opened with a victory over Katie Boulter, before facing Canada's Victoria Mboko in the round of 16. The match was a thriller between two young stars who had known each other for years and had faced off before in the 2022 US Open girls singles semifinal. Eala started brilliantly, taking the first set 6-3 and looking in control. The second set shifted as Mako broke Eala at 2-4, and the Canadian forced a decider with a 6-3 set. The third set will haunt Eala just a bit. Even in the glow of her incredible season, she jumped out to a 4-1 lead and was just 2 games away from the quarterfinals. But Mboko, the third seed and world number 21, showed why she's highly ranked. The Canadian dug deep and won the next 5 games without reply, converting on her first match point to seal a gutsy 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 victory after 2 hours and 27 minutes. Mboko served 8 aces and converted 5 crucial breakpoints, including the double break on her last 2 return games. Despite the loss, Eala posted afterward that it was a match to remember, saying she enjoyed every minute on court and that everything from the fight to the fans would hold a special place in her memories. Moko herself was emotional about the match, saying it's never easy to play one of your friends, and noting how long they've known each other. That loss marked the end of Alex Eala's 2025 campaign. But what an ending to reflect upon! She finished the season having climbed 80 spots from where she started, from number 147 to a career-high world number 50. She compiled a 40 wins and 26 losses record, which sounds modest until you realize she did it while competing primarily against top 100 players, many of them in the top 50 and top 20. She won her first WTA title. She reached her first tour-level final. She made her Grand Slam debut. She became the first Filipino to crack the top 100, then the top 60, then the top 50. More than the rankings and records, though, 2025 was the year Alex Eala proved she belongs. When Maribel Nadal, sister of tennis legend Rafael Nadal and a key figure at the academy where Eala trains, commented on her post saying, "Amazing season, Alex," it was recognition from tennis royalty that this young Filipina had truly arrived. Eala's own words capture what this year meant better than any statistics could. She wrote that she had no words to describe what 2025 had brought her, that her dreams had truly come alive, and that it was such a privilege to look back and relive these amazing moments through memory. She called everything that happened this season a love letter to her family, friends, team, every supporter across her journey in tennis, and of course, to baby Alex, that young version of herself who first picked up a racket and dreamed of playing on the biggest stages. Perhaps most importantly, Alex Eala made it clear this isn't the end of anything. This marks the beginning of what I hope to be a long, happy, and fruitful career on tour, she wrote, thanking everybody and promising to see them in 2026. For Filipino tennis fans, for young athletes across Southeast Asia, and for anyone who loves an underdog story, Alex Eala's 2025 season was a gift. It showed that with talent, hard work, belief, and the courage to swing freely even against your idols, dreams don't just stay dreams. They come alive. And for Alex Eala, this is only the beginning.